What's going down, people? How you doing? TK coming at you. An extremely cold day here in Kuwait. I just had an interesting conversation with one of my colleagues. I was telling him about the fact that Bitcoin just went up to $1,000 and encouraging him to get involved. When I first told him about Bitcoin, I think it was below 700, and he was saying how he just didn't have the money to get involved. But, people for some reason just don't want to get involved in Bitcoin. For whatever reason, people are conditioned to stay in fiat, and everybody thinks that paper money is the way to go, when realistically you're losing because state-issued control, inflation. You're also looking at devaluation and monetary control from issuing governments. So you don't have any of those factors. Not any of those factors exist within Bitcoin. So essentially, if you participate, whatever Bitcoin goes up, that money exists in your wallet. I've said it 1,000 times that the equity in Bitcoin stays within your individual wallet, which means you become your own bank. You're building assets that you own, manage, and control. So why someone will turn that down, why people feel like they don't, somebody told me I don't trust Bitcoin. I said, well, you shouldn't trust paper money, given the fact that it loses value every single day. It's a mental block, and it's a program failure that for some reason I can't seem to break people out of. I've been video marketing for 2 years, and I can count on one hand how many people have joined me in my financial journey. I use 7 different systems to multiply my money and essentially make my money get a job. But to earn money outside of your job is smart, and it's not something that should be debated or contemplated. It's something that benefits you and that allows you to strengthen the personal economy, the one in your household, and that's the one that's, of course, most important. So I really struggle to try to empower people, and I really fight with mental blocks, cognizant dissonance, where people just don't listen to. I told you guys not long ago that one of my followers inboxed me, and he told me, well, because you're black, most people just dismiss what you say. And outside of that, I think really it has to do with the fact that people don't think outside of what they've been taught. As you grow up, the only thing that you've been taught is to get a job. The only money that you know that is real money in your eyes is paper. But paper is the most controlled and volatile instrument of money that exists. There are higher forms of money in terms of gold, silver, and Bitcoin that are not only more secure, they're less volatile and offer more financial benefit to you as a participant. If equity goes up in the dollar, you'll never see it. It goes to a bank. And fractional reserve banking is not meant to help you, it's meant to help the rich. So to do something that helps you, to do something that empowers your personal economy, that's not something that people should argue with, but they do. If you tell someone, hey, decentralized assets allow you to become your own bank, they get defensive, and then they say something negative. Why is that? In the multiple bubble economy that we live in, we have a lot of negative financial instruments that could go pop that should motivate you to want to participate in decentralization and in becoming your own bank. I mean, think about it. You have the credit bubble, You have the student loan bubble, the derivative bubble, you have the housing market bubble, you have the stock market bubble, you have the bond market bubble. I mean, everything when it comes to financial instruments, everything within our economy is overinflated. You know, when the government prints money out of thin air and then inflates it in monetary instrument markets, it doesn't help the economy. It basically makes a bubble that eventually is mathematically going to correct itself. So how do you ignore that? How do you act like we're in a boom economy when we're not? You know, at this point, you have to do something that's going to financially benefit your future. And it's just a personal choice that you make to convert paper money into higher forms, higher assets. If you're not building an asset bank in bullion and an asset bank in Bitcoin, then you're losing. In the 21st century, the only thing that's going to save you is asset banks. And I have 7 different systems that I work previously to try to teach people how to participate. And one person I talked to today said, I don't believe in systems, I build my own. And I said, well, you know, not everybody has the ability to build their own system, but you can participate in established systems that act like a multiplier for your money and essentially bring money back into your house because you're spending money on equity items. You're spending money on assets that gain the longer you hold them. This is just economics 101. This is not something that your comfort or comfortability should say, fuck that, he don't know what he's talking about. Where by you saying that, and by people not participating in any of the 7 companies that I'm in, they are shooting themselves in the foot economically, because equity gains happen passively, whether people join me or not. And I thank God for that, because very few people have even thought about joining me in any of the 7 companies that I use. And if I had to rely strictly on referral commissions, I wouldn't have any money. So I thank God for equity gains that come from just owning the assets associated with each company. I have 3 companies for gold and silver. I have 3 companies for cryptocurrency and 1 company for daily compounding. So thank God that they increase on their own without people joining me, because people are so fucking unreliable. And to convince somebody to do something financially smart, like, hey man, why don't you make your money get a job? That's like fucking pulling teeth. I mean, you would think I'm selling crack by the way people don't respond to the systems that I try to teach them to use to make equity gains. Now, I'm not teaching you how to fucking build some lotions, potions, and juices. I'm not teaching you how to fucking trade different forms of paper derivatives. I'm not teaching you how to fail. I'm actually trying to teach you how to use financial instruments that are equity based and that give you assets. And people still ignore me like if I'm saying something in Spanish. If I did say the same fucking thing in Spanish, would it pique your interest? Would me teaching you how to make your money get a job actually fucking help you? I think it would. And it just upsets me that people refuse to participate. 7 different companies that essentially make your money go to work harder for you than you have to fucking work in order to get it. I work harder than most because my job requires 12 hours a fucking day, and if I want to work 7 days a week, I can. So most jobs only require 8 hours, and you get 2 days off every week. So I definitely take my salary and I convert it to gold, silver, and Bitcoin, because I know that the future is going to be rewarding the people who have assets. Because any inflationary market will cause smart money to seek a safe haven. And when smart money runs into gold, silver, and Bitcoin, which are supply and demand markets, the response is those equities going up in value. So it makes financial sense to fucking own gold, silver, and Bitcoin.